I'm home. I made it back. I'm in Chicago. And I am a little tired. Something about flying that always wears me out. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, Janae, how are you? Yeah, so you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about susus and these blessing looms that are being pushed around. Has anybody gotten those in your email inbox? I don't know if anybody's got a loom in their inbox or not, but I've been really thinking hard about these looms. It's like this weird thing where you've got to recruit two people, and then they put their money in, and then the people in the middle get all the money from the new people. And then the market was wild today. Yeah, does anybody know what I'm talking about? Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I just saw somewhere where there's starting to be these warnings from the feds about participating in these looms. And the reason, okay, you said you're getting asked all the time. Yeah, the reason you're getting asked all the time is because the mathematics behind a loom is real interesting. Basically, the loom doesn't work unless you recruit new people. That's the first thing. Second part is that the number of people that have to be recruited after the flowers keep on splitting, it's not a susu. It's not a susu. A susu is very different from a loom. So just because susus are legal, looms are not. Anything that requires you to bring new people in is a pyramid scheme. It's defined as a pyramid scheme, and pyramid schemes are illegal. So that means if you start a loom and somebody reports you, they could make an example out of you. If you are in a loom and all it takes is one snitch. Now, mind you, you're bringing in two people who are bringing in two more people who are bringing in two more people. So after you get to about the fourth round of that, you're talking about 16 people you got to trust, then 32 people, then 64 people, then 128 people. So I think you got to ask yourself, can I trust 128 people to not snitch? Can I trust 256 people to not snitch? Can I trust 552 people to not snitch? I don't have that much motherfucking trust, because I know people will snitch on you in a second. Give me a second, I'm trying to find my flight. So what I'm just going to say to you guys is be careful. Make sure you know the difference between the two. In terms of financial safety, mathematically speaking, the looms are not financially safe, right? They're not safe because they're not sustainable. It's not a sustainable outcome. You can't keep recruiting. You can't keep having two people recruit two people who recruit two people, because eventually the looms get so big that you have to have like 1 million people to keep the fucking thing going. And a lot of times the people that get paid are the ones in the middle, the ones who start the shit. They start it, they put their friends in it, they get their money, and then you're paying into something where other people are taking your money. Now, here's the thing though. In a way, you could almost say the loom is a little bit like gambling. Gambling is something where, you might make money, you might not, right? So if you like to gamble with your money, then I think that's okay, because what you're gambling on is that you don't become the odd person out or one of the people left out. If you're an insider and you have that ability to get in there early, you can make money, but to some extent, some would say that you are defrauding other people. You are stealing their money. So, yeah, being closer to the center gives you a chance to ensure you get paid, but it also increases the chances that you'll be the one that gets arrested. And also, remember, some people would say that it's only the people at the top that get taken down, but remember, these flowers split. So there's a new person at the top. And on every exchange there's a new flower. So you might be the new kingpin. If you're the person in the middle that's getting all the money, why wouldn't they pay the most attention to you? They tend to go after the person that's got the most money. That's something I've just known about how the feds operate, stuff like that. It's not a susu though. It's not a susu. Susus are fine. I don't know why they call them susus. Some idiot started calling looms susus. Looms and susus are not like each other. In a susu, you do not have to recruit new people. In a susu, it's a closed loop. It could be the same people every time. You don't need to bring in new people. So the other point too I was going to say is that I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they start treating recruiting for a loom to be similar to drug dealing, right? So think about it. If you're dealing drugs, you're recruiting people to buy your coke or your dope or whatever, right? Well, same thing with these looms. You're recruiting people to buy into your loom, right? So a lot of times, if you're part of a distribution process for something that is illegal, meaning that you're distributing drugs or distributing, some sort of, pyramid scheme, you could be seen almost the way they see a dope dealer, right? That you're recruiting your friends to get, to make money from them or whatever. So I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I mean, if that's what you do, then that's fine, just as long as you know what the risks are. I'm just talking about it because I've been asked about it so much, and I feel like it's very important for me to at least know that I have shared with you what I have seen. And I would just say be extremely careful, because I'll tell you what, I've been recruited to 1,000 of them. I always say no. I would never be a part of any of that, because I'm gonna tell you, if I'm in somebody's loom, I'm going to be the one to get locked up because I'm the most, I'd be one of the most visible people in the damn thing, and they like to go after the big fish. So I'm not interested in that. I'm not participating in none of that. So just be careful, think about what you participate in. That's what it is. Okay. So anyway, guys, as far as susus go, if you want to know the difference, I think susus got a bad name. People started calling susus looms, and that's just not accurate. A susu is traditional. It's been around thousands of years, and all it really is group savings. Basically, it's everybody put in your money every week, and we're going to form a pile of money, and at the end of so many weeks, everybody's going to get their money back, or get it all in a big chunk. So the amount you put in is the same amount you get out. What I think a susu could do to make a susu more effective is, I believe you shouldn't just have scheduled distributions and withdrawals. I think that you should say, we'll withdraw if we need it, right? We'll take it if we need it. So we can leave the money in there. Maybe we leave it in there 6 months. Buy some stock, you know what I mean? Buy a business, buy a building, you know what I mean? Let that money triple and quadruple, and then have, some cash to the side, almost like a bank, in the event that somebody runs into a financial hardship. Like 10 people that are really dedicated can form their own bank. Like, it's very easy to do. If you had 10 people who are all making a certain amount of money each week and committed, let's say $200 a week to putting it in the bank, like in the family bank, then that's 10 people, $2,000 a week. In the course of a year, you'd have about $100,000. If everybody could go 1 year without taking any money out, you start investing that shit, you watch that money grow. The stock market has been insane, right? Maybe you buy some real estate. Maybe you even, people have a lot of great business ideas. Do you know how many business ideas there are in the black community where all they need is like $5,000 to get off the ground, and next thing you know, with $5,000 they could be making $50,000 a year. Like the returns are ridiculous. They're absolutely insane. So there's a lot of opportunity out here if you can find people you trust and build up a capital base. And then what happens is you have your own bank, right? So you've got $100,000, maybe 60 of it is allocated in various investments that are making you money. 40,000 is sitting in cash. So if anybody in the group that's trusted has a financial problem, they can go to the bank and say, hey, I need to borrow 3,000 because I'm having a little bit of a tough time. Okay, cool. Pay the 3,000 back when it's a certain time, pay it with interest, back to the bank, then boom, you're good. So 10 people can form a bank if they're dedicated, but it's got to be like solid people. You got to be on code. Everybody has to uphold their fucking responsibility. That's the problem you have. A lot of y'all got shitty relatives like I do who don't want to do what the hell they're supposed to do. So I don't work with my shitty relatives. I work with my good relatives. So I'm sorry to cuss. I apologize, but it pisses me off. It makes me angry when people don't care enough about the family to uphold their responsibility. It makes me wonder who raised you. Why are you like this? What are you doing? Because my brother and sister aren't like that. We were all raised in the same household. We all come through for each other. But I got some cousins, man, where I'm like, come on, man. What are you? You're a man. Like, you're not acting like a man right now. So anyway, let me be quiet. I'm expressing my Boyce Watkins frustration. I don't want to get in a rant, but I'm sure some of y'all got the same damn rant. So if you get solid people, you can create your own bank. Very easy to do. All a bank is a big collection of resources that exists and grows as long as nobody comes and gets their money out all at the same time, right? It's like that's how insurance companies work. Insurance companies basically collect a whole bunch of money from a bunch of people, And the only time they have problems is when everybody needs money at once. But that's the thing. The way economics works, the way statistical distributions work, is that the odds of all of us needing the money at the same time are slim to none. The only thing that could cause that is what they call a systematic risk event. If there's a systematic event like a pandemic, then that could be a problem, right? But if it's something, but most risk is what they call idiosyncratic risk, which means that, look, if me and you and 10 other people have a circle of trust, chances of, the chances are when I have an issue, you're going to be good, or when you have an issue, I'll be good, and we can come through for each other that way. That's what you call risk sharing or income smoothing. Like, income smoothing is basically where you just say, look, we're going to just basically smooth each other out so that your downtimes won't be too bad. And when you're doing well, we're going to store our nuts for the winter so that we can prepare for the rainy days. Because that's the thing, people forget about this. I don't know why nobody taught us this as kids, but it's always going to rain. Winter is always coming. Financially, winter is always coming. So when I'm doing well, like when my money's flowing good and I'm making good money, stock market's bumping and everything's great, I tell Alicia, let's start storing our nuts for the winter, because winter is always coming. Never forget that. Okay, guys, so I got to go. I hope this helped you. Love you, and I'm gonna go get my Uber and go home. And Alicia says she cooks some good food for me, and she's a hell of a cook. And by the way, if you want to join our masterclass on stock option trading, I do that every Wednesday night. Feel free to go to drboycemasterclass.com. That's drboycemasterclass.com. You'll love it. You'll learn a ton. And if you don't like it, if you have any issue at all, you can just get your money back. So I think you guys would like it. Feel free to check it out. All right, guys. Talk to you later. And I would answer some questions, but I got to run. I got to go get in this car. Talk to you guys later. Peace.